War does not decide who is right, but who is left. Peace is more difficult than war. An unjust peace is better than a just war. Laws are silent in time of war. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. Force and fraud are in war the two cardinal virtues. War is when the government tells you who the bad guy is. Revolution is when you decide that for yourself. There was never a good war, or a bad peace. All wars are follies, very expensive and very mischievous ones. Wars are not paid for in wartime. The bill comes later. War against a foreign country only happens when the moneyed classes think they are going to profit from it. Every war, when it comes, or before it comes, is represented not as a war but as an act of self-defense against a homicidal maniac. All the war propaganda, all the screaming and lies and hatred, comes invariably from people who are not fighting. The quickest way of ending a war is to lose it. The war is not meant to be won, it is meant to be continuous. Wars begin when you will, but they do not end when you please. There is no avoiding war, it can only be postponed to the advantage of others. An army of principles will penetrate where an army of soldiers cannot. Peace, which costs nothing, is attended with infinitely more advantage than any victory with all its expense. War is the gambling table of governments, and citizens the dupes of the game. War is the greatest of all crimes, and yet there is no aggressor who does not color his crime with the pretext of justice. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. War is a man's game, the killing machine has a gender and it is male. A true man hates no one. The secret of war lies in the communications. There are only two forces that unite men, fear and interest. Soldiers generally win battles, generals get credit for them. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. I hope our wisdom will grow with our power, and teach us that the less we use our power the greater it will be. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. Nothing will end war unless the peoples themselves refuse to go to war. Force always attracts men of low morality. As long as war is regarded as wicked, it will always have its fascination. When it is looked upon as vulgar, it will cease to be popular. Every government has as much of a duty to avoid war as a ship's captain has to avoid a shipwreck. Older men start wars, but younger men fight them. You cannot simultaneously prevent and prepare for war. Peace is not only better than war, but infinitely more arduous. It is not enough to win a war, it is more important to organize the peace. War is the gambling table of governments. The bad thing of war is that it makes more evil people than it can take away.